Kenya do exports, Kenya do imports. So, but what they are saying here is that Kenya relies mostly on what? It's exports. So, Kenya, like here they said, Kenya relies heavily on sale of primary goods. So, Kenya will be seen or considered as a developing economy because developing economies are economies that rely mostly on primary sector. Are you guys with this? Yes. So they said Kenya does exports and imports. For imports, Kenya uses, these are the countries, they said Kenya sold abroad to customers like Netherlands, Pakistan, Tanzania, Uganda, UK, and the US. So these are Kenya's foreign customers. I think you understand it. These are Kenya's foreign customers because export means you are selling to foreign customers. And import means you are buying from foreign businesses. I think that's clear. Okay. So these are Kenya's customers, foreign customers. Then Kenya imports products like machinery and transportation equipment from China, Japan, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, UAE, and the US. So these are Kenya's foreign businesses that supply here. I think we understand that. So, but this is not where we're going. We're going to the diagram. So they said we should use this figure to discuss about Kenya in terms of export, Kenya in terms of imports. Import is imports. These are goods or services. Who's that? Can you foreign businesses and export and goods or services sold to foreign customers. Clear, right? Let's see what we notice here. In terms of exports, from 2001 to 2016, the total exports of Kenya is around 60,000 KEX, right? The difference between this, let's write about the difference. This is around there is, let's say $15,000 or 10,000 here. Let's say 10,000, right?
15.
This will be in the middle. That will be in the middle, and here is around 55 or 50. But what we need to get to know here is that export increases within this amount of figure. That's export. Then we check the import. The import has increased over 160. So let's write it out. Export is the difference between export and import between this here is, let's say, 55,000 minus, let's say 10,000, okay? So it's around 45,000. So export has increased for around 45,000 KES, right? Are you going to repeat this?
Yeah.
KES 45,000. Good. Now let's look at the imports. Between 2001 to 2016, the figure here, let's say 2001, 20,000, and now around 160,000. 160,000, right? So the difference here is 160,000 minus what? 20,000, which is KES 140,000, right?
Yeah.
So what can we deduce here? It shows that Kenya's import is more than its exports. Do you get the pattern now?
Yes.
So that means Kenya's import is the value of imports. No, value of exports, sorry. This is the value of exports. And this is the value of imports. So Kenya has more imports than exports. That means Kenya is running on the deficit. When your import is more than your export, it is balance of trade deficit. Deficit means you have what you pay more than what you get. Are you here?
Yep. Yes.
Are you guys with this?
Yes.
So if you are running more imports than exports, you are running on a deficit. Do you understand? So here we say, based on the analysis, Kenya does more of imports than exports, which means balance of trade deficit. Do we get it? Yes. Because the import is more than the export. If the export is more than the import, we call it balance of trade surplus. And get what I'm saying? If your export is more than your import, we call it balance of trade surplus. If your import is more than your export, we call it balance of trade deficit.
They're both equal.
If they are both equal, we call it balanced budget. Balanced. If it is equal, that means they are balanced. We have deficit, we have surplus. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So when we have a balanced budget, it means that the import is equal to the export. That means it's balanced. But here, Kenya is running through what? A deficit balance of trade. Any question about that?
So it's better to be balanced than to be one-sided.
Yeah, it's better to be balanced or to have surplus than deficit. Because when you have deficit, it means the economy will be going down. It means the economy is relying mostly on importation. That means the economy is not developing.
You're losing.
You're paying more than what you get. The problems about that is that one, your economy will not grow. Unemployment will increase the standard base. Standard base stay there. Just stay. So it means unemployment will reduce in the economy because most of the time you rely on funding businesses for your transactions. Do we get it, please?
Yes.
Please. It's export. It's a clear place. Now the third question, he said, why do you think Kenya relies heavily on primary goods for its exports? Why? Your answer for your question.
I can't say it. I know. It's not what I say.
Just try. Zina, why do you think Kenya relies more on exports?
A lot of people pursue primary from the other sectors.
No. Alright, let me just see you guys. Kenya relies mostly on its primary sector because it shows that Kenya has enough natural resources. Do you understand? If Kenya doesn't have natural resources such as the tea and the rest, it won't be able to export. But it has abundant natural resources. That is why it's relying on exports. That's number one. Number two, Kenya is relying more on exports because Kenya is considered as a developing country. And most developing countries rely on primary sector of the economy because they have natural resources, but they cannot convert these natural resources. That is why Kenya, based on the case study, goes to China, Japan, Saudi, South Africa, UAE to get equipment and machinery to convert their raw materials into finished goods. Do you see the two reasons why Kenya relies mostly on exports of its resources?
Yes.
One, because Kenya has enough natural resources to export. And two, Kenya is considered as one of African developing countries. And most African developing countries are relying mostly on primary sector. They have primary sector. That they are not developed, they cannot convert these states into finished goods. So Kenya has them, but it has to try and export them to get the finished goods. Until Kenya starts producing machines, until Kenya starts producing equipment to convert these raw materials into finished goods, Kenya will still be considered as a developing economy. Look at South Africa. South Africa is one of the emerging economies. We call them emerging economies. Emerging economies.
They grow at a high rate.
Yeah, they are growing. Yeah. So we have the weak and the meat nation. We have the weak and the meat nation. These are the emerging economies. Here we have Brazil, we have Russia, we have India and China. For the meat, we have
Morocco.
I would think about, no, this is Nigeria, this is Turkey, this is Indonesia, Mexico, yeah.
South
Mexico and South Africa. So these are emerging economies. Do you see the difference between them? Both are emerging economies.
What's
Mexico,
in
Nigeria. So these are emerging economies. They are above developing economies. They are above it. Because in Nigeria you have companies that manufacture cars. You have car manufacturing companies now. Do you understand the differences?
Yes.
So, based on this, you say, one, Kenya relies on exports because it has enough natural resources. Two, Kenya is considered as a developing economy. Is it clear?
It's true, because people from Europe and other continents, most of the goods they get is from Africa.
Most of the natural resources is from
yes,
Africa.
the European companies.
European countries are developed economies. They are developed.
Yes, but they are getting the resources from Africa.
Yeah, because we give it to them. We don't have what we can do with them. Can you eat a raw fish from the sea? You take a fish and you eat it like that? No. You have to convert it, yes or no? But the Europeans, they have the machines, the equipment, the technology to convert all these things. So we rely on them. We are vulnerable to them. Because they are not developing, they are considered as developed economy because they rely mostly on tertiary sector of the economy, the service. They have the service sector and the second sector. Do we get it? Yes. So the BRIC, when you check the BRIC and the meat nations, they rely most on secondary sector of the economy.